All right, Cleveland Browns fans, welcome into Rogue Football, where it is always draft season. Fired up to get into this 4-round mock draft for the Cleveland Browns. This is a team that has massively disappointed so far in 2024, a team that they've only been able to knock off my Jaguars, right? And that was a game in which Deshaun Watson actually played some capable football. He has not been doing that for the majority of this season and has not been doing that since he arrived in Cleveland, quite frankly. The Browns, it is time for them to move in a new direction. Their team's sitting at 1-4. Will this regime be able to hold on beyond 2024? I think that remains to be seen. But I think the Browns still have a very talented overall roster. I think that they would have an opportunity, if they keep most of the pieces in place, to quickly get back into contention and quickly get back into being one of these teams that could really, again, compete in the AFC and in the AFC North, an incredibly talented and challenging division, I should say. But I think that with the right offseason, the Browns could be right back competing to be at the top or at least in a wild card position in the AFC. So we're going to dive into this mock draft. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. The Browns currently sit with the third overall pick. They also have 34, 65, and 107 in these first 4 rounds that we're going to be doing here today. And the purpose of a mock draft in October is not to be definitive. It's to explore options. It's to look at how things could potentially play out, right? So at number 3, the Browns could go in a ton of different directions. They could go, Travis Hunter. They could try to upgrade offensive tackle. Certainly something they need to do, in my opinion, because Jedrick Wills, is he going to be your long-term left tackle? You've also got injury issues at tackle. So I think that injecting youth and talent into the tackle position for the long term could be huge for them. I also think you could be looking, like I said, Travis Hunter, cornerback. Could you be looking at Will Johnson? Because you do have Martin Emerson going into the final year of his deal next year, and he hasn't been playing very well. So is he going to be a long-term fixture? Newsome is also, towards the end of his rookie deal. How are they going to play that out opposite Denzel Ward? Remains to be seen. They could certainly go corner early in the draft. But for me, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to get the quarterback of the future for the Cleveland Browns. And there's some different options. I think if you want to go for the massive swing, the massive upside, Jalen Milroe, Cam Ward make a lot of sense as these guys who are true dual threat quarterbacks that also have plenty of arm talent and could certainly threaten defenses in multiple ways. But I think for this Cleveland Browns team, if they do keep things pretty much in order within this roster, going for a Shedeur Sanders, someone who can just play quarterback, manage the game, make every throw, and be smart with the football could make a lot of sense. Now, does Sanders, do you want the whole Deion Sanders distraction, you could call it? I'm not sure, but I do think Shedeur Sanders is a quarterback that's going to start in the NFL for a long time. I think that he's got all the physical traits from a throwing standpoint. He's shown a lot of growth when it comes to working through reads, when it comes to maneuvering the pocket, stepping up in the pocket instead of evading to the left or right, escaping the pocket. So I think Sanders makes a lot of sense for a team that has a ton of talent and they just need a little bit of direction on offense. So I'm going with Shedeur Sanders at number 3 overall. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, let me know what you think in the comment section below about these quarterback options. Would you take a quarterback here in this situation? And after that, we've got to protect him. As I mentioned, there's questions about the tackles, their health, their futures with the team, Jedrick Wills, Jack Conklin. I'm going tackle here at 34 overall, and we're keeping it in state with Josh Simmons from Ohio State, the left tackle that is having a magnificent year for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Reminds me a lot of Anton Harrison. Quite frankly, I'd be surprised if Simmons ends up lasting till 34, but that's kind of where the draft world is on him right now. Early second round range. Don't see him going earlier than that a lot with some more known names. Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks, Emory Jones going ahead of him in a lot of mock drafts. I think Josh Simmons is going to end up being much earlier than this, but for right now, we can get him here. And so we're going to take advantage of that situation. 34, Josh Simmons from Ohio State. He's got the length, he's got the mobility, he's got great feet. Great mover in space. He's really good at making contact down the field in the second level, and he's been tremendous in pass protection. He's very flexible. He's got all the traits I'm looking for to be a really good pass protector and someone who can also get out on the move and create push in the run game. So I think that's a lot of fun there for the Cleveland Browns. At 65, again, we've got long-term questions at both tackle spots. Now, I'd have loved to see Cameron Williams here. He's another player I think is going to really shoot up the board, the Texas right tackle. But there is another tackle who, if he's able to add some mass and some strength to his frame over the next couple years, could become a great pass protecting tackle. And that's Josh Conerly from Oregon, who's also playing left tackle. I think you draft Simmons to play left tackle for you, but Conerly, maybe you bring him in, compete with DeJuan Jones, two very different types of players, but Conerly has the potential, the upside, in my opinion, to become a very good pass protecting tackle in this league. And you find out if he can work on the right side. So I think with these first three picks, the kind of plan you're having here is to really fortify the offensive front and get the offense some direction with Shedeur Sanders. You have lots of talent. Got a lot of guys to get the football to. I think that if Nick Chubb is fully healthy moving forward, you don't really need to go running back early. You could certainly. You could go running back, and there's a very big group of talented backs in this class. So that could be something they decide to do as well. But I like getting Shedeur Sanders, Josh Simmons, and Josh Conerly. I really like, I would love that. And I think Conerly, with some of the question marks about his strength and physicality, it's possible he could last till the top of the third round. Maybe not likely, but possible. And then 107 with the fourth round pick, I've got Jason Marshall from Florida coming off the board. This is a player who has played inside, played outside, has a ton of experience, has all the physical attributes you're looking for in a Cleveland Browns corner. And I think he has the potential versatility to play outside corner, play nickel corner, and maybe even play some safety for you. Is he going to ever reach maybe what you thought he was going to be coming out of high school as one of these big time recruits? Maybe not, but I do think he can be a quality starter in the NFL, and he has the physical attributes and the play demeanor and the football IQ in the secondary to, I think, help you out somewhere on that back end, whether it's at nickel or outside. And again, they have questions with the back end, the future of the back end. Martin Emerson not playing as well. Also, don't know what you're going to do with his contract long term. Same thing with Newsome, who is a very good slot corner for them, who I think could also play outside, but coming up on an expiring contract here soon. So that's how I kind of have it playing out. I love just beefing up the offensive front with some guys that can really pass protect and can really move. You're bringing in a lot of athleticism to that offensive tackle position, and then Shedeur Sanders to get the offense going in a clear direction, to have some stability at the quarterback position, a guy who can make every throw, can work through his reads, can play within himself and play within the pocket, and just get your receivers the football. And then Jason Marshall to kind of refortify on the back end of the secondary. Again, if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, would love to know what you think about these picks. This is not supposed to be definitive, nothing like that. It is October 9th, so we've got a long way to go before the NFL draft rolls around, before the end of the 2024 regular season, before halfway, right? We're only 5 games in, but it has not gone well for the Cleveland Browns, so we're looking ahead to the future a little bit. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Y'all have a good one.